Okay, hello. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, so give me a minute. I'm just gonna see whether this works. So I am now live, apparently. The internet can totally see you now. That works because I'm totally unreal. Okay, cool. So what we're going to be doing in this stream is we are going to be creating a weapon system. So by that, what I mean is we want to create a modular system so that when we create weapons, we can pick them up and they'll automatically fit in and adjust parameters within the character, so the character can fire faster if you pick up an automatic weapon, or so these things come with ammo. So I'm gonna set up I'm not gonna bother with models or animation or anything. It's just gonna basically just be the code that's gonna make this work. So a live stream, so the pressure's really on now because I don't have these things pre-built. So let me try and have a think about what we want to do. Let's drag a cube out. Let's make it a little bit smaller than that, and this small cube is going to be our pistol, so we'll add a blueprint to this and we'll name this one pistol underscore weapon. So we'll create that blueprint and we'll probably make a new folder called weapons, keep everything nice and clean. Okay, that's quite weird streaming, it really is. I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, so on my pistol weapon, what can we do with this? We want some collision, so you can pick this thing up. I don't know, 10 over here? Sweet. Maybe 20. Yeah, that's cool. So this is the pistol and the range that you got to be inside. I'll probably just reset that back because it could be placed on an object. So, okay. We've got that. The static mesh is just going to stay as a box. So this object will need some variables. No. I didn't realize I could add variables here. That's interesting. Okay, we'll name this test variable. Okay. And this is going to need an event graph as well because it needs to, on begin overlap, enable input, and we're going to get the player controller, so get player controller. Cool. And then event actor end overlap, we're going to disable input. Okay, so and then I want the E key. So when you press E, it's going to destroy this actor, but I need it to do some other thing first. So I'm going to I need to get the overlapping actor. How can I do that? Get overlapping actors. Oops, wrong thing. Get overlapping actors, and for each of these, we're just going to cast it to the player. So there shouldn't be many of these in this. If set only returns actors of this class or subclass. Cool. So we'll just put a first-person character in there. So we're gonna not a for each. I just want to get the first one in. So get select. I forget what it's called. I basically want the thing at index 0. Get a copy. There it is from index 0. I'm going to cast that to the first person character, and from here we're going to call a function like add weapon or something. So that's cool. I'm going to leave that in there for now. So I'm going to come back out and go find my first person character. There's my pistol. I'm just going to drop this down a bit and make that a bit. Let's have a look. Cool. So that little white box is going to be my pistol thing. These little cubes here. And pressing E will do various things. So the first person character, let's take a look in here. Okay, so this is where we're going to need to build something to receive these guns. So I'm going to want a custom event. Wrong thing. Custom event. And this is going to be set new weapon. Okay, nope, that didn't work. I need to rename that. Set new weapon. Whoa. Oh, of course, it's the double W. Set new weapon. Okay. And this is going to need a couple of inputs. So this is how we're going to define our weapons. So is semi, is automatic. So we need to know if the weapon is going to be automatic. We need to know something like rounds per clip. Rounds per clip. We need to know the number of clips that this thing is picked up with. Clip count. We need to know, so we know how many rounds per clip it's got, how many clips we have. We assume that all the clips are full. We know if it's an automatic or not. Fire rate, that's a good one. Fire rate. Okay. And is this going to be a whole number? Well, I suppose if we... The fire rate could be... You can't do half a bullet in a second, can you? So if you're going to do 2 bullets a second, it's going to be a whole number. So we'll leave that as an integer. We have the fire rate. And what else do we want this weapon to set? A fire rate, a clip count. I'm trying to think here. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. We can always come back and add other things to that. So my first person character is going to need some other variables too. So is auto weapon. I'm also going to need to know my rounds in my clip count. Let me do that. I always struggle with naming variables. At work I actually get told off quite a bit for this. For example, I was working on something a little while ago and I named one of my variables Santa's naughty list, and it was a list of people. But yeah, when I was having a code review, they were like, what the fuck is this? Why? What's Santa's naughty list? How are we supposed to maintain this code? So bear with me while I try and figure out correct variable names. So we need to know if it's an automatic weapon. We have the clip count. My guy is also going to need to know the fire rate. I suppose for every variable that's coming in, I need to store that on the character to be used over and over again, really. So then the other one is rounds per clip. So rounds. Ooh, okay. So I need to store the max ammo in clip. Okay, so I got the max ammo in the clip, and I need to also store another one of ammo. So max ammo in clip and the ammo in clip, because we're going to need to compare those later. So rounds in clip. Okay, so we're going to assume that every gun comes with max ammo. That's cool. So what are we going to need to do around this? Well, we're going to need to set these. So let's... That's not an integer. It's a boolean. Again, a boolean. So we're going to set that here. We're going to set our clip count. Oops, that's a get. Can I drag out multiple ones? Because nope. Okay. Fire rate, max ammo, clip count, and my ammo in my clip. So let's make sure we hook these up to the right ones. So the ammo in the clip is going to be set to the rounds per clip. So max ammo. The clip count is going to be set to the clip count. And the max ammo in clip is going to be set to max rounds per clip, and the fire rate will be set to the fire rate. So that's pretty fucking ugly right now, but it does the job. Okay, so now we're going to need a weapon system that can first of all respond to the is auto weapon. So we're going to use a tick, and we're going to use a... Oh wait a minute, all of this is the weapon system as it currently is. So we're going to scrap all of that and actually drag this up here. So this is going to be our new weapon system. We're going to use the event tick for firing these things off or per frame. So I need to do a gate. Okay, so the tick's always going to enter. When we let go, we always want to stop firing no matter what. So that's cool. We can put that there. But as far as opening the gate goes, that depends on whether we open it and then immediately close it, or... Okay, That's a tricky one. I'm gonna add a custom event here. So we're gonna do okay, we're gonna do a custom event. We're gonna name this close gate. I'm gonna plug that straight into close, and on my exit I'm gonna have a delay of fire rate. Let's plug that into there. So if the fire rate is 1, then that's gonna fire for a whole second, no matter whether it's single or not. Okay. Okay, before I actually do my delay, I'm gonna do a branch, because I could do it a branch. And if it is an auto weapon, we will go on to fire at the fire rate. And if it is not, we will close the gate. And we'll carry on to do other things, but I'll get to that in a moment. So, if we're not using an automatic weapon, we're going to close the gate, and we will still have our single shot coming through, so that will then go on to do another custom event. We'll put a custom event up here called fire. So that's going to do our shooting of our gun. We'll plug that into something else later. For now, we'll make it print a string saying bang. That's gang. Okay. Bang. Let's make this red because we can. Cool. Or orange, it seems. Okay, cool. Whatever. That's all that's going to do for now. Okay, so thinking about this, where can we go from here? We have the fire rate. So you're going to close the gate so that no more ticks can come through. That's great. Then you're going to... What else are you going to do? You're going to do another branch, because we may now need to know... Oh wait, that could now be... Yeah, that seems to make sense. So they're going to close the gate, and it'll just be a single shot coming through here, closing the stream. All of this is totally theoretical. I've never built any of this before, so we're just really going to give this a go as we go along. But I need to get to a stage where I can really test something. Okay. This test var, I forgot what I was going to do with that. The event graph in here. So this is on the pistol weapon. Oh, okay, I understand what I'm doing here. So we're going to get rid of that. Actually, we're just going to... Yeah, we'll delete that. We'll rebuild that. So we're going to have a non-array, please, just a single boolean of auto. We're going to have another array of, what have we got here? Clip count. Cool. And these are all going to be public variables because we want to be able to edit them in the editor. You need to be an integer. I need a count of fire rate. Cool. If the fire rate is... The fire rate on semi-automatic guns should be set to 0. And actually, just in case I forget to do that at some point, I'm just going to add a little thing in here. So, begin play, branch. Just in case I forget to do this later on, then this should handle it. So if I am not an automatic weapon, my fire rate should get set to 0. Okay, so at least we have a consistent fire rate across all semi-automatic weapons there, so we can handle that properly back in the first-person character. But for now, I'm going to come back out of the pistol weapon. Oh no, I'm not going to finish off these. Fire rate, clip count, max ammo in clip. That's a thing. Max ammo in clip. I don't know why I didn't just call it clip size. That would have made a lot more sense. Okay. What else have we got? Ammo in clip, clip count, fire rate. Ammo in clip will assume to be max ammo in clip. But you could always add another thing there if you wanted to have guns maybe appearing with less than full ammo. Okay, so let's have a think here. You're going to check if the auto weapon's true. So when you press, you're going to open the gate or input touch. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of that because I don't care. I will open, and when and then, so if it's not an auto weapon, you'll immediately close the gate, and then you will proceed to check if, you can close this out of it now, that's really annoying, if ammo in clip is more than 0, because we can't fire if we have no ammo, right? So if ammo in clip, it will, Curtis, yeah, you can watch this anytime. I'm totally new to streaming on YouTube, so I've really got no idea how to save it, but I'll make sure that this gets saved and uploaded for later. Yeah, good question. Okay, so I can close the gate. I need to check if my ammo in the clip is more than 0. Okay. If it is, we can proceed to fire. So that's really a prerequisite for firing. And fire is a custom event that we placed here. So we don't have any ammo going up or down at the minute, but we'll add that in later. Let's just go and see what we can do in the editor here. So this is my pistol. It's going to be a non-automatic weapon. Its clip count will be 10, and it will have 15 rounds per clip. So I'm gonna go and press, that won't do anything just yet. That reminds me, we need this to cast to the first person character, and then we need to call something called with weapons, set new weapon. There we go. So we're gonna plug automatic into there. This is how we're passing our information from the pistol blueprint up to the first person character so that they can handle this. So max ammo in clip, rounds per clip, same thing. Cool. So let's give that another go. So I should be able to, and let's also destroy the actor here. What you could do, in fact, to make a weapon system, instead of destroying the actor on the ground, why not just replace it with the gun that you picked up? So if you pick up a pistol and you're holding an AK, it should put the AK-47 back down, right? Now this weapon system is assuming that you only have one gun. I should really point that out. Making this for 2 guns would really rack my head a bit too much now. So yeah, whatever. We'll destroy the actor for now. I can always come back to this later. Fix me later. Okay, that's the pistol. The first person character is gonna then grab all of that, set its own variables, and independently of that, when we're firing stuff, this should now give me a non-auto pistol, right? So the pistol is not automatic. Okay, so I've got it, and bang, bang, bang. Okay, let me wait for all of that text to go, and I'll just click once, and now I'll click and hold, and I still only get a single shot through. Click and hold, I still only get a single shot. So let's make that an automatic with a fire rate of, well, this is a delay. We need to remember this. So this number is literally a delay between shots. So the lower number, actually the higher the fire rate. I don't like that. It's quite primitive for now. And also, I've decided that I'm not happy with that being a... If we're going to use it as delay, an integer doesn't make much sense. It should really be a float. Yeah, do all that. Oh, God. Ah, right, whatever. I hate this. You got to try and change one variable, and I understand why it's not happy, but it just wants to mess everything up. So, there, that's all you were doing. You literally did that one thing. Oh, I'm sorry, you did this thing here too. And on this, we're going to change that to be a float anyway. So, nice and easy. Which means that back in the... Where did I put my pistol? Back in the pistol, I'm going to need to change you to be a float. Just fucking... Oh! Be a float, please. Where else are you used? You're used up there. Float. Where else are you used? Cool, thank you. So we'll get the fire rate here, set that back into the fire rate up there. And we will set this to be 0 if we are not an automatic weapon. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's go and follow this on through and see where this is putting us. So that fire rate's not going to be the delay. Lovely. So we just tested the pistol in semi-automatic. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. And I hold the trigger down and it still just does a single bang up there in the top left. I can tap it though, and that works nicely. But now I'm going to change this to be an automatic weapon with a fire rate of 0.3. So every 0.3 seconds it should do a bang. So we got the pistol now. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, cool. And we can change this to be a 0.1. That'll be even faster. Lovely. So let's go and actually make our firing be a little bit more than just printing bang to the screen. Do you know, I have a tutorial. I have a confession as well. I have a tutorial and a confession. So my confession is one of my tutorials is really bad. The line trace by channel tutorial is... It works, but it's one of these ones that to this day I really need to remake, but I've just not really had the time to figure out the absolute best way to do this. It actually kind of makes me not want to do it now because I'm really embarrassed about messing this up on stream. We'll give it a go anyway. We'll give it a go anyway. Let's get the actor location for the start. And we're going to need to get the control vector, get the player controller, and get the control rotation. And I think I do something in here, get rotation X vector. And I need to add a value, I think, of a couple of... This is total guesswork right now. Total guesswork. Gets the X direction vector after this rotation. And what do? You get the rotation of the thing. Okay. I'm just going to plug this in here and see what happens. No, I'm not. I'm going to add... I'm going to add a float to it of 25,000. And if my understanding of this is correct, then that will work. But I'm guessing it won't. So I fired. Oh, but I didn't have a weapon, so I'm going to need to do a weapon. And there we go. So my line traces are starting in the sky and just hitting where I am. So that's... yeah, that's really useful. Great. So let's go and fix that somehow. The start location is clearly what's wrong. The player controller, get the controlled pawn. Ooh. Get the controlled pawn and then get the actor location of that. So I can get where the pawn is. So let's try that and see what that does. Again, I need to pick up the weapon. Why do you start from in the sky? That's really perplexing. If any of you guys watching know about line traces by channel and why I'm so bad at them, could you please point out my error? That would be much appreciated. That's exactly what it's probably that there, you know. I'm just gonna take that stupid thing out and give it another go. Okay, now I have really short lines from inside me that don't really follow my crosshairs. But we're getting there. At least they start inside me now. Control X vector. Let's have a think about this. Is it okay to do a shameless Google while you're streaming? If you don't know the answer. Line trace by channel. I'm definitely not Googling this on the other screen right now. Like, you know, I'm really not. Okay. Let's see if we can real quick steal someone else's ideas on how to do this properly. Hello, Canal de Terrical. Cool. Hello, welcome. So we're just trying to figure out how to do a raycast at the minute. I really should know how to do this, but I don't. And this isn't helping, so we'll pause that. Okay. I want to come back to it, but it's kind of critical to ensuring that this works. But I'm going to cheap out and come back to it. So we're going to move you. Oops. We're just going to move you off for a bit. We'll come back to that and plug back in our trusted print string. Bang. Okay. That'll do for now. Let's try and pick up back where I left off. I don't want to get too distracted by that. So, as far as the weapon system goes, we're checking if it's an auto weapon, we're firing based on the delay. That's good. So fire also needs to do a couple of things now. I'm trying to figure out whereabouts would be best to do it. Oh, if that hits that, we should also close the gate. So if if it's more than 1 rather, no, more than 0. Okay. Yeah, so if it hits 0, then it should hit close gate and instantly stop the flow of traffic in here. So when we fire, we're going to need to do a branch. I almost feel as though this should be handled over here. Yeah, I suppose this is all part of the firing mechanism, so let's try and keep this all in one place. I'll disconnect that and we'll delete this one. Okay, so the first check that this thing is going to do is, I wonder if there's a neater way I can do this. It should do a sequence really. So there's a sequence of checks first of all, followed by the actual firing of the weapon. So fire sequence, we'll name this. And then you can have your main fire later on. So fire sequence, lovely. So the first thing we're going to do is check the amount of ammo in the clip is more than 0. So if we have any video in your channel of second game made on Unreal. Have any video. I don't worry about English, dude. My second, oh, a 2D game. Sorry, I don't know why I said second there. A 2D game. Honestly, no, I don't have any videos on 2D games. It's something that I don't really do. I don't have a reason behind it. It's just I tend to usually work more in 3D. I don't know. I feel bad now. I feel like I really should have some 2D videos, but no, I don't. It's something that I could certainly look into exploring later on in the future. There's so much to do in Unreal. There's so many different things that you can really look into, and at the minute I'm quite in love with just messing around with blueprints, so that's where I sort of keep my focus. Anyway, sorry about that. Back to this. We're going to come up with another branch here, and we will, on this one, what are we going to do? So we've checked that the amount of ammo is more than 0. We need to decrement the ammo. So we're going to do ammo in clip is, oh wait, can I get that and then call a decrement on that? Brilliant. So we'll then decrement that integer by 1, and we will finally call a new custom event fire, I suppose. Yeah, clip count will be handled in reload, so we're going to need another custom event now. So these custom events are just basically my way of doing object-oriented programming. By separating everything out into its own different little event, it's quite easy to see how the blocks fit together, and to keep everything small and single purpose. Okay, so this one's going to be main fire. Main fire. Cool, there you are down there. And actually I'm just going to do a bit of tidying up at the minute. I'm just going to group all these up. So this one here is going to be my new weapon input. Cool, I can put my new weapon input up here. This is my fire system at the minute. which just calls fire sequence. So they're sort of one and the same thing. So I'm going to move these over here and call this the initial firing code. Let's just put code that for now. The 3D API in Unreal is really dated. Do you mean the 2D one? Since you're having a conversation about 2D stuff. Okay, so the initial firing code is going to also fire onto this firing sequence here. But these are all going to be obviously grouped underneath firing. Main fire. So we're going to call main fire after this now. So main fire. Awesome. So from the main fire, what does the main fire need to do? Well, the main fire needs to do that line trace, but I'm going to ignore that for now because I'm really bad at it. So this is just going to be our print string for now, saying bang. So that should decrement the ammo in the clip, and then we need a reload function. That's also part of our weapon system, right? So we're going to need another custom event. No, we don't need a custom event. We need a key input. So we're going to use R. So the first thing that R needs to do before you can reload, you should be able to reload at any point. Actually, one check. So a branch. We're going to stop the player reloading if they're full, because it's just going to throw away clips. So we're going to do a clip-based reload system. And what that basically means is if you reload with 4 or 5 shells left in the bottom of your current clip, you will throw those away if you reload. So we're going to check if max ammo in clip is equal to the ammo in the clip. Or let me phrase that the other way around. Is the ammo that's in the clip the same as the maximum that it can hold? And if so, you're going to do nothing. If it's not equal to, then you're going to do a reload sequence, and you're going to do that by decrement int. We're going to decrement the clip count. Actually, we need some checks on this, because otherwise that will just allow us to reload forever. So firstly, yeah, okay, we can reload here, and then what I'm going to then go on to do is, this has just made me think of something, so I'm just going to pause here for a second. It would close the gate, but it would also still decrement the... Okay, I'm going to bring this out of sequence because the sequence will execute no matter what, whereas I need it to do something more like that. I'll explain that now. So basically the sequence would have always gone down the list. So even if this first check here failed, it would have then gone on to do the next thing. So even though, sorry, that round would have, so even if my ammo is less than 0, it would have closed the gate, and then it would have taken a 1 off, so I'd be on -1 ammo, and then it would still execute the fire. So it's better that I take that sequence out. I don't know what I was thinking there. And just use this. So this is inside the firing sequence, so my bad. Let me jump back over here for this reload. So is my ammo in the clip equal to my max ammo? So is my clip currently full? Yes. Don't do anything. No. Continue the reload. So the next thing we're going to want to do is do another check. The next check will be, is my clip count more than 0? Because if my clip count is equal to 0, then I can't reload. So if my clip count is more than 0, then I can continue on here, and I can, what would be the next step? So I've checked if I'm not already full. I have clips. So now I will decrement int. I will decrement the clip count, and I will set the ammo to clip to be max ammo in clip. So plug those in together and connect that up. Awesome. So that's our reload mechanic right there. So obviously, if this was a production level game or something, you would have all of your animations being played inside all this. But I'm just going to totally skip the animations and just try and make the system itself So our firing over here, let's put that in its own little bubble. Fire. Fire the cannon. Cool. So let's just try and walk through this. So our weapon comes in, right, and we set all of these different things. And then we have this gate-based system where we call on at each frame and try and pass through the gate. And then we're basically forced into either closing the gate behind us and just having a single bullet go through, or we are going to make a delay based on the fire rate. So the lower the fire rate, the quicker the gun actually fires. That calls fire sequence. Fire sequence will check that there's more than 0 ammo rounds in the gun. If there... Ooh, hold on. This is an interesting thing. So if there's more than 0 rounds in the gun, if there is more than 0 rounds in the gun, then you want it to fire, right? So true should go straight down to here. And if you don't have more rounds in the gun, then you should close the gate and not continue with the fire. Okay. Don't know why that was. This has been the cause of some serious concern here. I don't know why. Okay, so let's proceed then to the main fire, which simply prints our string. So lovely, we're good to give that a go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this pistol, wherever it's gone. This should be it, but I don't really see the cube. Where's the cube? Let's see if we can, perhaps we've done something wrong in here. Nope. Nope, the cube should still, oh, there it is. Okay, so we're going to have the one on the left be, let's just find these. Clicking on the wrong thing now. There we go. So this is a fully automatic fast firing weapon on the left here. And on the right, I'm going to have a semi-automatic that will automatically get set to 0 anyway. So we'll just try switching out the 2 guns now. My tutorials are all in Blueprint. The reason being I am not very good at C++. It's something that I'd love to look into. I find myself saying that a lot, you know. It's something that I would really like to look into, but it's just, I'm a university student first and foremost, and I need to be getting good grades, so that takes up maybe 90% of my time, and this doesn't get much time really currently. So yes, it's something I'd love to do, and I'm sorry that I don't cover much C++ stuff, but I'm sure there are some other incredibly talented YouTubers out there that can help you with C++. But if you like blueprints, you're in the right place. Okay, so let's pick up this one on the left, which is the automatic. You see that on the left there? Those comments coming down. And I seem to have run out of ammo. Shit, I forgot about that. We need to have a... We need to have a system that checks my ammo, or prints out rather, for this debugging. So what I'm going to do is... Let's see. I would like to add a... I want to make a new thing. What's the thing I want to make? A new folder. I'm going to name this HUD, and in the HUD we're going to create a user interface widget blueprint, and we're going to name this weapon information. Okay, so now we're getting into fucking HUD elements, man. This is going to be interesting. So I'm just going to do all of this as text box. I'm going to anchor that one in the bottom left. So this text box, no, I don't want text box, not text box, a text rather. There we go, that's better. So your anchor is going to be bottom left. Your text will be bound to this. So get text 0. I actually want to rename that function if I can. Is there a way to rename this? So this would be ammo in clip text. So this is going to have to get the player character, and from the player character we're going to need to get some variables. So I'm going to need to make the ammo in clip and my max ammo in clip and my clip count and my auto all public, so I can access these from the HUD. So let's see what variables we have. I forgot what these are called now. Variables. So I need to get the clip count. Let's try that again. So clip count. No. How strange. So I can't get the player character. That's because I need to get... I wonder if that works. It should do. And then from the player character I should be able to get the clip count. Okay. So I don't actually want clip count for this because I'm doing ammo in clip text. So I want to get the ammo in clip and then turn that into text and plumb you into here. So I don't know whether or not that works. I'll need to attach the HUD to the player character screen. So HUD, not HUD, add widget, component. No, not this. I forget what it's called. Viewport. I need to do something to the viewport. Not remove all widgets. I'm trying to add a widget. Okay, create a widget of type weapon information. So this is going to be done on begin play. Oh, you're already being used. Okay, so I will take my thing and come up here to begin play, and we will paste that node here. So the owning player, the player controller object reference. So get the player controller. So we'll get the player controller, and the return value will be a widget, and then we're going to add that to the viewport, just like that. So what that ought to give me, if I go back and look at my designer, is I should have some text down here, but probably not until I pick up the weapon. We'll see. And I still get no text. Okay. That's not good. Let's try and figure out where I'm going wrong with this. I want to remove the binding without deleting the function. Yeah, I'm going to remove the binding, but hope that the function still exists. Hooray! Okay, so the binding, we're just going to put test here for now. Let's first of all make sure that we can get this on the screen. And here we are, but with no text on our screen. Right. Let's try anchoring you to the center and putting this text in the center, seeing if it's HUD alignment or anything. Nope. Well, that's very odd. That's very odd. I know I've done this before. You see, I tend to do things sort of in phases. So I'll do a lot of UI, or I'll do a lot of casting, or I'll do a lot of particles or something. And then when I actually come to trying to tie them all together, by then I've forgotten how to do what it was I was trying to do. This is odd. Okay. If any of you guys watching this have any ideas, any clues, you can point me in the right direction. I'm really all ears and would love the assistance. So we have the panel. That's really odd. I mean, there's no visibility thing that I'm missing over here, right? Like, it's just straight up white. That's really odd. Widget clips to its bounds. I have no idea what that will do. What's the problem we're having? Okay, the problem we're having is I'm trying to get the widget to display on the character. So I've created a new widget of weapon information here and added it to the viewport. But I'm just trying to think whether perhaps my weapon information widget's wrong. But possibly something in here, because this is... It may be that this actually never gets called. That could be all it is. So I'm going to paste it over here and do a sequence. Because I can't really trust that this event begin play is getting through all these branches. Maybe it was my own silly fault for putting it on the end over there. Let's go and give this a test. Hooray! Okay, there we go. That fixed it. It was me being silly. My event begin play add a text render component to the character. Now I can avoid doing that by using these widget blueprints that will... The text render, I think the text renderer works in a 3D space, sort of like above the character. You know, it has a physical position within the world, whereas the text components on this weapon information thing over here, on this widget blueprint rather, this is just literally stuck to the viewport. So I can change this now back to my ammo in clip test, and let's give it another look. So I have 0 ammo in clip, I now have 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, all the way down to 0, and I've run out of ammo. And I grab this gun, and it's a single shot, and that's pretty cool, and I can't fire past 0. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just do this a little bit more. So we're going to edit this graph here, text it to text the integer. So I want to make a string, make a little string. Oh, I need to add something. So string append, that's what I want to do. Append string. So we're going to drop in, first of all, this is going to say I'm going to add a pin. I'm going to put a slash in here, and I'm going to come off this target and get the max rounds, max ammo in clip, and I'm going to plug that into here and plug that into here and plumb that one into there, and lovely. Okay, so what this should now do is say my ammo in clip / out of max ammo. So hopefully now in that single text box I've been able to get both of those bits of information. And let's bump this up. I know it's going to look ugly, but it's fine for now. Okay, just jump back into the game, pick up a gun, and I have 15 out of 15. So let me just double check that. I should have 10 clips. So what's gone wrong? I should only have 10 clips. I'm getting the ammo in clip versus the max ammo in clip. Oh yes, sorry, that's 15 out of 15 rounds. So then I need to do clips. So I need to... This is where I need a second text box. So we're going to move you up there, put another text box down here. And this one is going to say, create a new binding. We're going to append to a string. And this one's going to be clips like that. And so what we need to do is get the player character. And I want to cast that to my first person character. And on that successful cast, I want to get something. I want to get clip count. Plug my clip count into there. And that should give me my clips. And then, is there a space on the end of that? Because there really should be. Yeah. Okay. So let's go and take a look at this now. So I have 0 clips. I now have 10 clips with 15 rounds in each one. So I can now press R and reload, and my clips go down and my bullets go back up. Sweet. And this is the automatic one? Yes, it is. Reload. Reload. Let's see if I can reload past 0 clips. Let's see whether we've already put that in or not. 3 clips, 2 clips, 1 clip. 0 clips, And I can no longer reload, I can no longer fire. That's awesome. I can now pick up the semi-automatic one, and I would have to click my way down with that, and the reload will work the same, but it won't reload on max ammo, but it will on after a single shot, so you really don't want to be doing those single shots. Cool. I think that's nearly it. So let's just have a quick pause and a recap here. I've been streaming this for an hour. That's gone really, really fast. Let's have a quick recap of what's actually gone on here. So we have this this blueprint here that can be set based on things in the world. So actually you might want to duplicate this blueprint and, I don't know, rename it to AK-47 underscore weapon, because it's going to do basically the exact same thing. What happens when you reload? If you fire a single bullet, you lose an entire clip. Yes, you do. Yes, I'll explain the reasoning behind that. If you're thinking, if you compare this to a realistic weapon, a real weapon, if you fire a single bullet, take your clip out, discard your clip, and put a new clip into the weapon, that clip still contains those 14 bullets and is over there on the ground. You've thrown that away, you've lost that. So yes, with this system you do. If we wanted to change that so that you could, before I go and make a promise I can't keep, let me think about what it would entail to do that. It would be in reload. Nah, man, that's not bullshit. I'll show you a way around it anyway. Let me think. Your max ammo in clip. You would need to set the ammo to be the max ammo in clip. Yeah, thinking of the player, I know. But I mean, okay. I suppose, think of the player, think of the children. Yeah, I think you're going a bit far now, dude. Let's have a think here. What would I need to do? The clip count wouldn't be negated though. Do you lose a clip? Or okay, so the ammo system that you're describing, Andre, relies entirely on an amount of bullets. So you do have clips that will hold 30, but you have 100 bullets. So you can reload 3 times and then have a reload of 10 bullets. So that's a bullet-based system. This weapon-based system is based on clips. So this is, you discard a clip, you don't discard or empty 15 bullets, you discard a clip of 15 bullets. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm not going to do that. That can be your challenge. If you want this system to take your bullets and carry them over, you got to figure that one out. But let us know how you do it. Let us know how you do it. I'm interested to see whether your approach to it will be the same as mine. Anyway, let's carry this on. So we have our pistol weapon here, and we have our, I'm going to delete that. We have our AK-47 weapon. So I wonder if we can set default values in here now. Okay, here's a better question. How do we expand this? So we need to think about the attributes that a weapon might have. So I'm actually just going to get rid of the AK-47 weapon for now. And what I'm going to do is expand the pistol weapon to be where I want it to be. So really, a pistol should have a damage range, right? You want to randomly pick a number between that range. And then for critical strikes, if you can do critical strikes, then you're going to need to multiply that system. Okay. Let's have a think about this. Let's do a damage range. So damage base damage min and a base damage max. Okay. So when you set your new weapon, let's go ahead and find the first person character and edit that again to take in our new 2 inputs. So another variable that will be used will be max damage. Oh no, sorry. What did I name it over here? base damage. Base damage min. No other blueprint needs to know that, so I'm gonna leave that as a private. Base damage max. Range, damage over range, recoil, reload time, percent of misfire, wear. Jesus Christ, dude, yeah. All of those are fucking awesome. I love it. I love it. That's gonna get a bit deep though. I can see my girlfriend from the other side of the room. She's watching a movie at the minute. She wants me to go watch a movie, but I need to do Unreal. Okay. So base damage min and base damage max. Let's start there because I can always come back and do range and stuff like that later on. When we implement the raycasting or the trace by channel system, then we can implement the range with that. But yeah, let's do base damage min and base damage max for now. So we're going to print a string, and that main fire is now going to pick a random. I need a random in range. Random integer in range. So the range is going to be base damage min, and it'll be base damage max. Bullet spread, yeah, bullet spread's another one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Bullet spread. All of these are really cool ideas. I'd love to expand this system. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just do I'll probably finish tonight after the base damage min and base damage max, but I'm going to definitely go ahead and write down these attributes, and then we're going to continue with another live stream probably tomorrow night or something, and we'll try and expand this. But these are really awesome ideas, guys. Thank you very much. So bang, we're going to have a that string needs to come out of there. So we're going to do append. So my damage is going to be whatever this value is. So for now we're just printing it. So it'll pick a value between min and max. So for our pistol, for example, since this is the pistol weapon, we're going to need to give these some basic values that can be overridden. So at default, a pistol will not be automatic, but you can have automatic pistols. By default, your clip count will be, I don't know, let's give a player 3 clips. Fire rate will be left at 0. Your max ammo in your clip will be 15 rounds. The base damage minimum, I don't know, let's say do 10 damage min and 15 damage max with a pistol. That's going to be your basic pistol. So let's go ahead and pick up our pistol now and see what kind of damage we're doing with it. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Great. That's not really what should be happening, but I can probably assume why. This set new weapon needs to be adjusted to take our new inputs. So base damage min and a base damage max. Okay, I feel like this one is what should probably be done as a sequence to keep this nice and clean. So I'm gonna take a second to clean this up. These don't need to be linear. And I suppose actually having them in a sequence means that if one isn't able to be set for whatever reason, then at least the one after it will still get set. So let's try and position this as nicely as possible. It's quite hard when you get this sort of spaghetti shit going on. Reroute nodes and sequences are your organizational friend. Reroute nodes. Yeah, but they're just so damn ugly. Okay, let's... I still don't really know about these reroute nodes, but let's give it a go. Reroute node. Let's put this guy here, because I have this one and this one who are both set by this guy. I suppose that's a little bit prettier. Yes, 90-degree angles on these would look absolutely beautiful. That's a really cool suggestion. I like that. Base damage min and base damage max. If you guys aren't already in the Discord channel, I don't have a link to it in the description of the stream at the minute, but you should really hop in there. There's some really cool, great conversations going on about video game development all the time. Everyone's a really friendly community. I'm gonna get a link as soon as I've hooked these two nodes up. Do you know, I'm totally new to Discord as well, so I'm thankful to, I'm gonna give a shout out to Shogun at Tom and to Samaris. These are some really friendly people who have helped me get that server up and running, and they are your mods on there. So yeah, big hype to those guys. Okay, let me see, where do you find invites? I'm gonna get the invite code from somewhere else. Let me just, sorry about this guys, just give me a second here. I just need to pop this in to the description of the stream. There we go. Okay, that's probably something you shouldn't do while you're streaming. I don't know, I don't really get streaming etiquette. Deal with it. Okay, so you have your base damage min, your base damage max. Awesome. So we set those now, and we should already be handling the base damage min and base damage max down here. Lovely. So let's go and give that another shot. And we, oh yeah, we print that. Okay, so he hit for 0 again. Why are you doing this to me? Your base damage minimum, is it because we haven't set it in the pistol? Yes, we've set them as default values, 10 and 15. So why is it then when I pick this up, you set my base damage min here to be base damage minimum? We're gonna need to just put a debug node on this guy for a second. Toggle breakpoint rather, hit play, go and pick up that gun, and let's just see what the value coming in there is. You see that's 15, that's 10, that's 15, and you got 0. Why did you get 0? Why is the input from the pistol weapon? Oh, bingo, that would explain why. I haven't hooked up the nodes over here. Damn man, I always forget the simple things. It's like my mind is racing, I just need to get the system finished. Anyway, so let's give that a go now. Let's see whether we get random hits between 10 and 15. And I'm gonna toggle that breakpoint off and hit resume. So 14, 15, 13s, awesome. Okay. That's pretty cool. So we have ourselves a pretty stable weapon system here. This widget is just to simply inform us of what's going on underneath the hood. This is our nice big weapon incoming. The other thing I wanted to do, actually before I do this, I'm gonna kind of cheat a little and make a new spawn actor from class. And this is going to be the I'm going to make another variable and store the class of weapon. Can you store something as a class? I assume that this can be promoted to a variable here. Yeah, okay, so we'll do it this way. This actor is going to be named the weapon. So if I pick up a pistol, that should automatically set pistol. So we need to go back into here and add a new, oh sorry, a new input over here of type actor. Just a straight up actor. A class reference to an actor. This is where it's getting complicated. So this is going to be weapon. Now the reason I'm going to do this is if I have a pistol in my hand and I pick up an AK-47, I want the pistol to go onto the floor. So that's what this spawn actor is going to do. So I'm actually going to set him up in his own little bubble somewhere else. But I will need a pin on here and to set the weapon to be the weapon being passed in. Lovely. So this spawn actor, what I need to do is not open that. The return value of the actor being spawned. I'll deal with the transformation in a minute, but this is going to need to be set a cast to pistol. That only allows me to do as a pistol. Damn it! I'm sure I need these guys to be of a type of something else, so a parent actor basically. I wonder if I just do the I can make a child blueprint class. Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of this theory for now. I'm gonna stop doing this for now. I'm gonna take this weapon side of things out of the equation. And what I'm gonna do instead, I was gonna focus on something else, is to rename this from pistol weapon to weapon master, and I'm gonna make a child of this named pistol underscore weapon. And I'm going to make another child of this named AK-47 underscore weapon. So hopefully what I can do with this parent-child relationship is take these attributes down from the weapon master and use them in the children. So in here I have all of my parents things that are going on. This is odd. I haven't actually used parent and child in Unreal before, so this is still new. This is something I actually have never seen before. But parent begin play, so weapon master. So I assume you can parameter of weapon. Let me fix this error first of all. I don't know what the problem is though. Set new weapon. Come on, man. It's doing the exact same thing. Rounds per clip. It goes into maximum clip count, fire rate, base damage min, base damage max. There. You happy? Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Couldn't find a... Oh, come on. There shouldn't be a pin parameter. Could not find a pin for the parameter weapon of set new weapon. Let me compile this and then this will compile. Right, okay, my bad. So I think I might need to leave this and think about this and explore what this parent-child relationship's doing. I understand in theory what it's doing. I don't understand in Blueprint what it's doing. So if I drop a pistol weapon into the world, can I still edit these values? I can. And if I drop an AK-47, see, it's the AK-47. I want this to have different default variables. And what if I name a variable that the exact same name as one of its parents? What does it do then? Auto is in use by another variable or function. Okay. Oh, okay. It will already inherit them. I know I'm being daft here, but so it will inherit the default values from its master class. So maybe we don't want the master weapon class. Maybe we want the separate weapons. But they all do the same thing, so I feel like they should inherit from the same. puzzling for sure. I'll want them to have these same variables, but I'll want them to have different default values. So, I think I'm getting lost down a rabbit hole here. Yeah, I think I'm going down a rabbit hole. We'll leave the weapon master there like that. And what we'll do at the minute is just show off what we do currently have. So let's separate these up. Let's pretend that the one on the left here is a fully automatic 30 round with 5 clips. It's AK-47. It does, I don't know, 20 to 40 damage. It has a fire rate of 0.1. That's cool. And this over here is a pistol with a generous 10 clips, 0 fire rate, 15 rounds, 10 to 15 damage. So left is AK-47. In fact, that's one thing that we do need these things to store also, is a name. It'd be nice if we could display the text name of the weapon on the screen, wouldn't it? So if we go over to our first person character, wherever they've gone, here they are. And let's make a new variable. I'm going to get rid of that one and make a string and name this weapon name. Get rid of that. And again, that's just going to be a simple set coming in from a new node on set new weapon. So weapon name. It's going to be a string. Cool. So in weapon master, we're going to have a new public variable of type string, and we're going to name this weapon name. Again, make it public. Awesome. Get that out, plug that into here. Awesome. So we have a weapon name. So what we can now do is we can jump onto the weapon information widget blueprint, and so that was like our ammo thing. Let's see how it looked again. Let me drag that off the screen and leave a box in the way. So it was clips, and then it was like ammo there. So do these both have different anchors? They do. That explains a lot. I need to give them the same anchor. So let's put in another text box just below here, and then this is going to be our weapon name. So we're going to make a new text binding. This one, what does this actually do? Gets the clip. So we're going to rename this get clip count, and this one is going to be get weapon name. So we're going to get the player character, we're going to cast it to the first person character, and as that first person character we're going to get the weapon name, plumb that into there. Awesome. So let's take a look at that. So I pick up a weapon and it does nothing. That's because none of the weapons have weapon names. So we need to give this one a weapon name of AK-47 and this one a weapon name of M1911. So let's drag that off screen again and take another look at what we can do. So we have a AK-47 now. Lovely, doing all of its magical damage. Reload. And we're going to swap that out for an M1911 pistol. So the other thing to do then, I suppose, we have a pretty simple weapon system there now. All you need to do is drag off a new weapon, define its attributes, and you have that. So I'm just going to do a real quick experiment on I'm puzzled as to what these the base damages could be set programmatically in a begin play. There's the answer. Okay, Andrew, thank you for that link. I will check that tutorial out later on. I'm just going to have one quick play with this now. So I'm going to make a child of my weapon master. I'm going to name this M1911 weapon. M1 911 underscore weapon. So what I think I'm going to be able to do is in my event graph, after I've done my begin play and done the parents begin play, then I should be able to do something like clip count. I should be able to set these variables manually in here, and so that would separate the M1 911 from its counterparts. So I'm going to bring up Webmaster on my left hand side of the screen here and my M1 911 on the right. So clip count, I'm going to need to set the fire rate, set the fire. I'm going to need to, actually on the M1 911 I don't need to set the fire rate. I do need to set auto though to false. So the M1 911 is going to come with 3 clips. I'm going to set the base damage min to be 10, and I'm going to set the base damage max I think the confusing thing about the way that Unreal Engine handles this parent-child relationship is I would expect to be able to see all of my parent variables listed in this child class. That would make it a lot easier for me to know that I'm working within a child and can edit those variables without having to create them. So if any UE4 devs are listening, firstly I'm looking for a job, so please hire me, and secondly please make it so that I can see parents variables inside the child class. Clip count, automatic base damage, max damage, weapon name to be M1 911, and base damage, max ammo in clip. So what this allows me to do, max ammo in clip is 15. So I ought to be able to now duplicate this what thingy-majig, I forget what I called it. Anyway, I'm going to quickly reset in Weapon Master, set all of these variables to be false, to be 0. Default value 0, 0, 0, 0. This is in the parent class now, so everything's blank in the parent class. And I'm actually going to make all of these private now. The child should still be able to access them though. That's good. So it's in here that I will set up the M1 911 pistol, for example. And what I would then do is just go ahead and duplicate this and name this something like AK-47 underscore weapon. And my AK-47 weapon would have all of this in, and I just come in and basically just change the value. So it's AK-47 now, and for an AK-47 it's automatic. It comes with 5 clips, it does 20 damage and a maximum of 40 damage, and it holds 30 rounds, 25. So that is an entirely new weapon created. Awesome. So I think that's a pretty cool use of parent-child there. But then again, I would, because I just made it up. So, closing out of weapon information and compiling that and closing out of the weapon master, we have these 2 different guns now. So, yeah, this is a weapon, a pistol, weapon 2. Well, we're going to delete that. That's a weapon master, so we don't want to place those in the game. So I'll place an AK-47, which now has no default things, which is fine. And I'll place an M1 911. So let's go over to the AK, and that gives me an AK, and fuck me, that goes fast. What the hell? I wonder if I didn't set the fire rate, because a fire rate of 0 would do that. Yeah. So set fire rate to be 0.1. I don't know if you could do 0.01 as 0. Or 0.05. That feels a little bit... Let's give that another go, see how that feels. Yeah, that's much nicer. Okay, and I'm going to swap it out and pick up the M1911. Awesome. So now I need a way to drop the weapons instead of just sort of consuming them and forever eating them. So that was going to be done over here. AK-47s have 30 bullet clips, not 25. Okay, I'm going to go change that. Thank you very much. I am purely guessing here. None of this is this is me winging it and really making it up as I go along. So thank you. I appreciate these little I appreciate these little helping hands. So when I pick up an AK-47 and I call this function on it, what I also need to do is somehow pass up that it's a... That would be a really cheap way to do it. So, okay, one way I've thought of doing this is doing a spawn actor from class. And it's going to be a... See, this is where I need to somehow parameterize this. This needs to be a variable if I'm going to do this. And these guys need to be able to reference their own class. And I need to be able to store that class. Please don't crash on me now. Phew! Okay. You're going to take a new input. You're going to be a reference to a class. No, a reference to actor. Sorry. Because it's something that can be placed in the world. A class reference to an actor. And that was current weapon. Okay. Add a new pin. Plug our... Huh. Okay, so this changes everything. Because if I can pass an actor reference in, then I could get all of these values from an actor and not from the... Okay, there's clearly many different ways to solve this problem, but I'm going to stick with this method for now. I'm going to rename this to current weapon. Yeah, if I start letting myself go down a route of trying to figure out how other cool ways I could have done this, then I'm going to be here all night. So we set the current weapon, and inside weapon master you need to take a new... So can I get my current class? What can I do off here? I need to get a reference of my own class, of what I am. Is that a thing that you can do? Resolves a soft reference or soft class reference into an object class. Okay, so if I did get class of self and plug that into there, that should work, right? Okay. So this would be AK-47 passing itself through, and this, and the M1911 would be M1911 passing itself through. So in order to test that, when I do this rather, we're going to do another sequence first. Sequence. So first, we're going to place the thing on the ground, then we're going to set this up. So when that current weapon, so is child, current weapon, I need to do is type of, I need to check if it's a type of the, or a child of the, is a child actor, no. Parent. Get the parent actor of the thing passed in, and then set the You see, I know what actor this is going to be. I know what actor is going to be passed into this bit of code here, but the game doesn't, or the game engine doesn't, and so it's not going to give me what I want to do. You see, I want to do this sort of thing, but setting those is risky. So what I need to do is do a cast to master, weapon master. Here we go. This is how we do it. So we cast to the weapon master. If the weapon master, if it's a successful cast to the weapon master, then we are going to cast it to, and then we're going to what? Set the values on here. I don't know, something like so. Set clip count to be, so all of these here that get set, I'm going to need to copy this and do that again, but I don't want to set that clip count. I want to set clip count on here. No, that's not. You see, my weapon master has a clip count thing in here too, right? I mean, I know it's private. Perhaps I could just create a method inside the weapon master that would instantiate itself were it created at runtime. So we'll do a custom event in here. We'll call it runtime spawn setup, or runtime spawn. Let's just call it that. And that's basically just gonna set all of these to whatever's passed in. So the idea behind this is I can pick up a weapon, and then when I drop it, that weapon will have the exact amount of clips, the exact amount of ammo, so it will be exactly as I left it. So you're going to need to take in a variable called auto. Wait a minute, I'm sure I already have something like this. I should be able to copy this, right? And we're going to actually name that to spawn setup, runtime spawn rather. Okay, so runtime spawn, we're going to set the automatic there. We're going to set the rounds per clip to be max ammo in clip, clip count to be clip count, fire rate to be fire rate, base damage min, base damage max, and my weapon name. I'm also past the class, but that seems pretty dumb. I can't handle that right now. So that'll go into a sequence with a couple of nodes on here. So 0 into 1 into 2 into 3. So can I get some feedback from you guys? What do you think of streaming things like this? So normally I'd break this down into a series of tutorials and sort of just go at it one at a time and put it as a series, but what do you think of it as a live stream? What do you think of me as a streaming persona? Do I need to be more engaging? Do I, you know, I'm looking for feedback here. This is something I'm going out on a limb on to try and see what it's like, really. I'm just looking to get some feedback from it. Anyway, so this weapon master custom event is gonna do that. Wait, I lost track of what I was doing here. So in the first person character, or the weapon master should runtime spawn, and I'm gonna get rid of these bits. That's the hard bit to say. Huh. I don't know how to take that. Tell me, I'm not gonna be insulted at all. Okay, so runtime spawn automatic, so it is automatic weapon. We'll be plugging that into here. So this will be done before we actually set the new variables. So your pistol will, the pistol you pick, when you pick up an AK-47 in exchange for a pistol, you'll drop the pistol and the pistol stats. So weapon name, base damage max. Yeah, I think certainly adjusting to what the audience wants is one of the awesome flexibilities of streaming. It's hard to gauge whether people are actually going to want to know what I'm doing when I create a video. I usually just do it because I want to do it. But by streaming, I suppose you're right, I'm allowing you guys to really interact as it's going along and say what you want to see. There's no point me making content if it's not what people want to see, right? Okay, so runtime spawn, you're gonna, as the weapon master, you're gonna do that. So the spawn transformation is just gonna be get player transform. Nope. Get actor transform. Plug you in there. So what should happen now when we pick up a new weapon? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick up... Wait. We need a safety check on here. A branch. Current weapons being passed in. Weapon master will pass the class. Okay, yeah. I think we've set that up right. I just need a branch on here that basically says if current weapon is not equal to, I just want to do null. Equal class. Yeah, let's just put that. So if it's not equal to null, none. So if it equals, if it's not set, so if it equals null, yeah, that should have been a not equals, but whatever. Okay, cool. Let's give that a go. So what I'm expecting to happen now is I have the M1911 on the left there, and the the M1911 on the right, and the AK-47 on the left. So I'm going to go pick up the M1911, and what should happen when I pick up the AK-47? Let's also remember I have 5 rounds left with 3 clips, okay? Now let's do 9 rounds with 2 clips. 9 rounds, 2 clips. I'm going to pick up an AK-47, 9 rounds, 2 clips, and shit, it comes back with 15. Okay. So why is it resetting the ammo? Because when you spawn a new class of type... Well, that's the question really, isn't it? You spawn an actor of type current weapon before you set your current weapon. So this would be pistol. This would be a pistol. You cast it to the weapon master. So I need to really know what's going on behind the scenes here. So I'm gonna put a breakpoint on this. I'm gonna debug some of this code. So the first time I pick up the pistol, I don't really care what the debugging thing does. But now this time, so I set my new weapon, and then go up to this sequence. I then go to my branch and check this, which is false. So I'll go to the spawn actor, and that is a M1911 weapon _C. Fantastic. So that should spawn the correct actor. In fact, we know it spawns the correct actor because we saw the cube. That's not the problem. I suppose this pause here is where my problem lies. I'm not really sure why you're struggling to simulate this though. Oh, come on, Unreal. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. This is not nice. Please. Okay. Let's take the breakpoint off here. And let's put the breakpoint here. That's not a breakpoint worthy piece of code. We'll put this here instead. So we'll run the game now. Go and pick up the first guy, the M1911, and now the AK-47, where we hit the breakpoint, and the object is M1911. Okay. Get the parent actor, actor object of none, so it can't call that. See you later, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Okay, so we've hit a bit of a problem here, whereby it can't recognize that this has a parent class. Parent. You see, for my parent, if this actor was created by a child actor component, returns it. Okay, confusing. The problem I'm trying to solve is that I can't set the values of the thing I want to spawn. That's really odd. Because as a child of weapon master, but it's the check that's failing. Okay, so it's the get parent actor check that's failing. I need to know that this thing is a child of weapon master. In fact, I'm just gonna cast it to weapon master. Huh. Let's see how that works. So I'm gonna get my pistol, fire some rounds off, then I'm gonna get my AK, and now it works. Okay, so what we should see going on here now, let's play that again, and actually just give me a second to remove that breakpoint. So let's play it again. So I'm going to pick up the pistol, I'm going to fire it off, reload, fire some off, so I have 9 and 2. I pick up the AK, and I have 21 and 4. This should now have... No, come on! Okay, so the clips got saved. The clips got saved. The reason the ammo didn't get saved is I need to be passing ammo in clip into rounds per clip. No, clip. Haha, so I counted a flaw in my master plan. I don't actually keep count of the ammo, I keep count of the max ammo. So it would always refill the magazine. So we're going to have a new integer in here named current ammo. So this is where things are going to get a little bit more complicated, because for every new thing I add, when I press E, current ammo doesn't need to go up. Only when it is being set would I need to store my current ammo. We are going to... I don't know if we use that class reference anymore. No, we don't. So we can change that class reference now to be a ammo, oops, or rather an integer with the name ammo, and not an ammo with the name integer. So ammo is going to set current ammo down here on a new execution pen. Okay, so sorry about that. What I'm going to be doing is, we have an ammo here. Runtime spawn needs to take my ammo in clip and pass that into ammo. And when you pick up the weapon, which is done here, it needs to... You see how we set ammo in clip there? That's because we're going to now actually take the ammo from the gun. So we're going to need to add a new thing on here named ammo. A new input. It's going to be of type integer. And this guy is going to go to ammo in clip. Yeah, okay. So we have the ammo in clip set from ammo, which is stored in the weapon master in that variable down here as current ammo. Plug that in there. Okay. I think we're starting to... I think this could be our weapon system. Set ammo. I'll set current ammo. So on the AK-47, it should always by default be the same as the max ammo in clip. So I'll just do that actually. And likewise in the M1911, we're going to need to set the current ammo, because that's a new field. We need to set the current ammo to max ammo in clip. That's done on begin play, so that's done at runtime. But as we modify that in the first person character, then we should be setting it back up and putting it back into the character. So let's hit play here, pick up my M1911, fire it off, so we have 2 and 10. I fire some off on here so that we have 18 and 3. So this should be now 2 and 10, and we can carry on. Perfect. And we pick up the AK-47, and it continues where the ammo was left off. So you see, if I totally empty this M1911 and then pick up my AK, I've got ammo on my AK, but I go and pick up that M1911 and that is empty. Fantastic. That's awesome. That was really fun. I feel like I went on an absolute roll. I've been streaming for an hour and 40. I only expected to be doing about half an hour of this. But yeah, that was really, really fun. I've enjoyed doing this stream. I'm going to leave it there for tonight, guys. I'm going to head off and enjoy the rest of my evening. But I hope you found this stream enjoyable to watch. I hope you found it informative. And I hope above all else that you're able to follow this and make your own weapon systems. I'm going to be keeping the weapon system as a streaming only thing, that experiment I suppose that I'm going to do over Easter and see how streaming goes. So I'm probably going to pick this up sometime soon. I'm going to go ahead and write down on my little notepad all of you guys' awesome comments from the comment section about what I can add to this weapon system. So, you know, things like range and things like critical strikes and stuff like that. So we're going to really blow this thing up big time. This is going to be a really cool blueprint based weapon system by the end of this streaming series. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, give the video a thumbs up. I don't know how that works with streams, if you can watch this stuff, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, give whatever you can a thumbs up. Join the Discord channel, it's down there in the description of the stream. Subscribe to the channel for upcoming content, and as always, I will see you on the next video or the next stream, whichever comes first.